values on the 2018.
Hi, everyone. John Sussrich along with Chris Justice, still keeping you updated on the weather. This cell has continued to weaken somewhat, then re-intensify. It's re-intensifying now right over our radar site in Piedmont and through Williamston right now. Storm tracker showing this heading toward the Golden Strip area at 10:07 in Malden, Simpsonville at 10:09, Reedville into Spartanburg County at 10:24, Duncan at 10:27. Tornado impact, it's got a pretty good notch. It's got some pretty good circulation now. It was up to a 6 out of a 10. Now it's down to a 3, but at least half-inch, probably marble-sized hail possible with this cell as it moves quickly off to the east-northeast. So you folks in the Golden Strip area, Malden, Simpsonville, Fountain Inn, get ready for very heavy rain, possibly some large hail and some winds, possibly gusting to 50 to 60 miles per hour. There's still a little bit of a notch in through here, but not much of a circulation. A little bit. It's very, very broad, though. Let's show the whole radar, because right now this line, Chris, is going right through downtown Greenville, and at our station right now, you could almost hear it on hitting the roof. This is all rain, and it is coming down extremely heavy rainfall. So we're going to see some ponding of water moving through Greenville County right now, Anderson County, eventually over to Spartanburg and into Lawrence County. It's moving through Landrum, Columbus. Let's go ahead all the way down into northeastern Georgia. So this line, very heavy rain, gusty winds, maybe 30 to 40 miles per hour, some small hail possible, and at times maybe some large hail. Now, we also have the severe thunderstorm warning. Chris, let's go ahead and zoom into that, and then I'll let you take over here in just a second. But we have the severe thunderstorm warning right here for you folks in Rutherford County. This is a very, very solid line of very heavy rain moving through you folks in Rutherford right now as I speak. Let's zoom in even a little bit tighter if we can and show this. This is pretty, it's going to be heading for you folks in Logan, eventually over into Duncan's Creek. Not a lot of circulation associated with it, but just very strong winds. So this is the winds, straight line winds coming down, could come down from this downdraft of this thunderstorm. So straight line winds, maybe 50 to 60 plus miles per hour. That's going to cause just as much damage as any type of weak tornado that we get in our area for the most part on average. Would be an EF0 or an EF1. So straight line damaging winds associated with this thunderstorm in Rutherford County, Chris, along with extremely heavy rainfall.
Yeah, that's the concern right now. We're kind of switching back and forth between the Greenville County storm, which just means business. It is packing a punch as it's moving through. Getting reports now of some power outages. The newsroom checking on that right now. Numerous power outages in and around the Greer-Taylors area. Getting word of some power outages down near Piedmont right now with this cell that's moving on through, and this line just really means business as it's coming through. We think that the circulation there in Anderson County has come to an end, and in fact anywhere west of Anderson you're now safe from that. But let's turn on the radar again, because we are starting to see some indications that the wind is becoming the main problem here in the foothills of North Carolina. You're getting a second punch from this cell as it moves on through, and getting confirmation here from the National Weather Service. Let me check this real quick. Yep, 70 mile per hour winds is what they're docking on their radar. We have our own radar here. I'm going to analyze that, show you the winds in this storm, because this one is extremely potent there, just north of Rutherford. That's the road name. Let me get the actual wind speed. That's 62 miles per hour. We're going to zoom in here to street level, because this storm is one of the strongest that we've seen. And again, John, deja vu all over again. About 6 hours ago, we were on the air with a tornado warning for this area near Gilkey, near Logan, near Rutherford. This is a 73 mile per hour wind gust. And like John, you mentioned it earlier, it doesn't matter if the wind comes at you in a straight line or if it comes at you in a rotating circle. Wind damage is wind damage. And folks, right now in Rutherford County, you need to seek shelter like this is a tornado warning, because this is extremely dangerous winds that are moving through that have a history of producing damage south and west of there in Polk County. So Rutherford County, we need to watch this very closely. Let me put a storm track on this as it moves on through. There you go, looking at it as it goes towards Spindle at 9:58, Bostic 10:05, Duncan's Creek at 10:13, and Kaiser there at 10:20. John, I know we're looking up into the clouds here, but that's some very strong winds. Downdrafts at least reaching the ground there in dangerous fashion.
Yeah, these winds are actually being that we're showing you are actually a little bit above the ground in the loft, but they're inside the shower itself. So when you get these strong downdrafts, especially when you get the heavy rain, that's a strong downdraft that could tap some of that strong 60, 70 plus mile per hour winds and bringing it down almost into like a microburst type of situation. 76. So if this gets down to the surface, you folks in Rutherford County are going to see some straight line damaging winds. It's going to topple over some trees and some power lines could come down. And this severe thunderstorm warning goes until 10:30. So we are almost at the top of the hour. So it's another half hour. And you can see it's heading by you folks in Rutherfordton and eventually heading up into possibly a northwestern part of Cleveland County. Another cell moving through you folks in Columbus, Landrum. Now it's past you folks in Travelers Rest. It's now just raining in downtown Greenville. The heaviest rain now in the Golden Strip area. It looks like around Malden area, now just to the west of Simpsonville. Looks like Haywood Mall, I-385 corridor right there. Yeah, the intersection, the gateway is just pouring down rain right now. The intersection of I-85 and I-385, it is coming down really hard. And winds, a little gusty from 35 maybe to 40 miles per hour if they come down into the surface. And I wouldn't be surprised to see these winds get to the surface because the rain is so heavy. And again, think about this rain coming down so heavy as it does. It's a downdraft, basically, because the rain coming down so heavy, so it can grab that strong winds from aloft and bring it down to the ground. And that's how you can get those straight line winds. So very heavy rains all the way back now east in the eastern part of, in central part of Anderson County, back into Elberton County, where they've weakened a little bit. So the line seems to be slowly weakening somewhat, Chris. Let's hope that is the case. A lot of the computer models have been showing signs, a little circulation down here, well to our south in northeastern Georgia. But we still have incredible wind shear. So it doesn't matter if the thunder showers or showers weaken somewhat as far as intensity, as far as rainfall, because we could still get that spin up. But it is showing signs of at least slowly weakening, Chris, as we go through this evening. So that little circulation right there could make its way over into McCormick County, as you can see. And, of course, this is Abbeville County right here. Here's McCormick County. And so that's that one cell. Some of these discrete cells we have to watch, certainly, as they move quickly off the northeast. So severe thunderstorm warning continues for you folks in Rutherford County, eventually going over to Cleveland County. And, Chris, I'll let you update very quickly, and then we'll see if we can go back to regularly scheduled programming unless something changes.
Yeah, watching this in Rutherford County, National Weather Service concerned about the wind speeds in this. I mean, this is some of the strongest winds that we've seen in this system today. Look at this. I mean, just in northern Rutherford County, we've got 76 mile per hour winds. Now, this is overshooting some of the clouds, so this may not be directly at the surface, but you're still talking 60 plus mile per hour winds in Rutherford County right now. This is a dangerous situation there. Please seek shelter there in northeastern Rutherford County. Let me zoom in a little bit closer here. This is just northeast of Gilkey, Highway 64 right in there. I'm going to ID this wind now that I'm in a little bit closer. Again, just some tremendous winds, 79 miles per hour. So again, identifying it as we watch this storm cell. I want to talk more about Greenville County. Many of you are writing in on Facebook right now telling us that you're without power in Greenville County. The tremendous amount of rain and wind with this is an